Hey, how are you? Today we're going to talk about 26 months sober, Pokemon Go, and like what I've learned in 26 months sobriety. So if you think this video's for you, well, dude, sit back, relax, because you know what? I've actually got a cup of tea. Yes, I do. Charlie Lucy, if she's watching, she's going to kill me for slurping there. Okay, so I guess I might as well start with, I'm not going to make this fancy or anything. I'm just going to talk to you, one human being to another, because there's no need. The fancy stuff is for different sort of videos. So let's just get into the story, right? So, dudes, it's always hard to say, but it's probably more hard to say publicly. I'm an alcoholic. What does that mean? That means different things for lots of people. For me personally, it just means that when I drink, I cannot stop drinking. It doesn't mean that I go crazy. Well, I go crazy to a sense. It doesn't mean I go crazy and I go kill everybody. It just means that when I drink, I can't stop. I can't stop drinking. And I will drink one beer, and that beer will turn into like 50 beers, and I'll buy loads of people shots, and I'll go crazy, and I'll wake up broke, and I won't remember very much of the night. I think that's the case for a lot of people, but again, this is my experience in drinking, and this is, one of the reasons that I don't drink anymore. And that's ultimately it right there. I couldn't stop. And then it would open the doors for other things that I don't want to get into publicly, but it does. It's what it does. It's known as the gateway drug, drinking, And so I decided, well, I didn't really decide. It was more, I got a phone call from my friend Chris. Chris, for anyone who follows the channel, you know who he is. And he rang me up and he said, look, something's got to change. And I'm making this story a lot lighthearted, but he's like, something's got to change, or, I'm not going to make it, is what he said. And Chris is my best friend since I was 12 years of age. I love him in a way that is just absolutely, it's a blessing that we get to live once on this planet, and I found someone like Chris, and I absolutely love him. Chris, if you're watching, I love you, dude. You saved my life, man. Because I said to Chris, I said, you know what, I'm going to do it with you. I'm going to do it with you, because I was worried about him, man. I was worried about him, and I said I'm going to do it with him. And at this point now, I'm ignorant to the fact that I have a problem. I don't even know. And so I decided to do it with him. And I would say 12 days in, because I started on the 1st of November to the 12th day, which is my birthday. I noticed that, I think I have a problem with drinking, because you start thinking about it, I was like, I think I have a problem. When I drink, I change. I can't stop. I don't actually care about who's with me when I'm drinking. I just I have this feeling of I go to the bar, I get a beer, and I chug it back. And then I put it down, and I'm thinking straight away the next beer. And then I'm listening to everyone talk. I'm watching their beers. I'm like, well, they ever hurry up. I really want to get to the second one. And at the second one, I can kind of relax for a while and talk to people. And then, the night goes on, and we forget about everything. And so I remember thinking to myself, this is actually hard. I'm finding it difficult to give up drinking 12 days in. This is hard. But as those days accumulate, that's where the power comes in for me. As those days accumulate, you're like, okay, I'm not going to drink today. I'm not going to drink today because I'm owning this. And I've now got 12 days. I don't want to go back to zero. Now I've got 26 months. I mean, it's such a sick feeling. And I've had people comment, say that they have 5 years, and I just can't wait to get there. I can't wait to get there. And so that was the start of the journey. And the road is very, very difficult. The first year is tough, because what you realize is, and this is going to sound absolutely crazy to say out loud and absurd to anybody watching who still drinks, but what you realize is you have no friends. Not that you have no friends, but most of your social interactions and other people's social interactions are because you meet up for a drink, or you do something and then you go for a drink, or you meet up on a Saturday night and you go for a drink. And when you cut that from your life, people stop inviting you out, because I think, my personal experience is, they don't want to see a reflection of themselves in you. Because a lot of people would have come up to me and said, Alex, you don't have a problem drinking, dude. Why are you quitting? What's going on? And I'd be like, well, I've actually identified a problem, so I think I shouldn't drink anymore, And to this day, I think I should never drink again, and I hope to never drink again. I say never, just because, there's always that 0.1% chance. But I would like to think, the way I'm feeling now, like I'll never drink again. And I don't miss it. I really don't miss it. We can get into that in a minute. And so there's that. You lose people who you thought were your friends. You lose your place in a group. And group is very important to human beings. We are group orientated. We want to be in a group. And the biggest group in the entire world, and even for young people, if you're watching now, is going out on a Saturday night, meeting people, drinking, and fitting into this place, finding your identity on drink. It's huge. It's like it's something that I don't think a lot of people think about, and one of the reasons it's very difficult to quit drinking. But once you get through that, and that's a lonely phase, you go through this lonely phase, you do need to start working on yourself. So like, I picked up climbing, I started running. None of these now to like an exceptional degree. My way of thinking is always like, okay, I gotta go for a run today, and my brain is like, always, no, dude, no, don't do that. And it's like, yeah, no, we're going for a run. And what I say to myself is, you know what we'll do? Compromise. We'll go for a walk, but we'll put on our running gear. So put on the running gear, go for a walk. And the minute you're out there, dude, and you say, might as well just go a little bit faster. All right, go a little bit faster. We can go a little bit faster than this. You're running, you got the watch on, you're ready to go. You do that to yourself all the time. Your brain is none the wiser. You're ready. Anyway, either running, climbing, and Pokemon Go, believe it or not, this mobile game, meeting this community that I have here and in real life, literally changed everything for me. 100%. Like, that game, it's not the answer if you're going into sobriety, but it's definitely helped a lot. However, after the first year, and I remember feeling good, I wanted to help everybody. I wanted to say, look, dudes, you got to stop drinking. You got to stop. Like, this is amazing. And I realized you can't. People have to get there themselves. And that's one of the reasons I want to make this video, is because maybe this video helps you kind of go, you know what, man? I have a similar problem to you. I didn't think I had a problem, but like, I actually can't stop drinking when I drink. I just down it, and then I want the next one, and the next one. Before I know it, I've frog leaped over the line of being, sober now where I am, to absolutely demolished. And that happens to a lot of people. It's quite sad. But to get back to my point, after the first year, I was at a loss, and I was like, okay, this actually hasn't really answered any questions. I don't feel like I'm not better than anyone else, but I don't feel like I have the answers. And then my granddad passed away, which was huge. Going into the first year, into the second year, and although like one of the saddest things, and still something that I'm coping with, it also opened a door to seeing a psychologist. And when I did that, and that woman, amazing woman, gave me tools to do something that I've never done before. Learn to love myself. It sounds so weird to say it to this day, and it's like my New Year's resolution in 2025 on my second year is to treat yourself like you treat someone you loved, or to treat yourself like you treat your best friend. Do you ever have your friend come up to you and go, man, I'm no good. I'm not good at this thing. Like, I feel really bad. And you straight away, you're like, yo, bro, you're amazing, dude. You're so good. You're like the smartest dude I know. And I'm not just saying that, man. You're compassionate. You've integrity. You're a good person. Your moral compass is fantastic. Do you ever do that? You're doing that to your friend. You got to do that to yourself. And you know what? Just that little change has actually made all the difference. I think it has been the most powerful lesson I've learned coming into the second year, and now having, on the 26th month that I'm on now, like really like owning it. Like, I was playing paddle the other day. If you don't know what paddle is, it's kind of like tennis. And normally, like, if I miss a shot, or if I lose a point, and this is in any sport, I can be really hard on myself. Like, I can say some really bad stuff to myself out loud, like, you're an idiot, you stupid. And I said, from now on, that's not happening. That's the difference between like Roger Federer, Rafa Nadal, and me, is that between each point they go, you're the only one that can do this, man. Yeah, you missed that point, but this is you. You're the only one that can do this. And you got to start saying that stuff to yourself. You got to go, dude, you got this. You got this. You're way smarter than you think. Okay, that point, it's gone. It's in the past. It's time to go. And you know what? It helped, dude. It was very hard, and it's very hard to face yourself, especially after years of just berating yourself and thinking that you're no good, to finally go, hey man, you're actually really good. All those people have been saying it for years. Maybe listen to one of them, you know? And that's the same for you. I'm pretty sure there's a lot of people around you going, yo bro, you're a G, or you're so cool, or you're really smart, or you're compassionate, or you've got a good heart, or whatever it may be. And you're like, nah. Listen to one of them, dude. Listen to one of them. And then take it on for yourself and go, you know what? Maybe there's something here. Maybe people are seeing something that I'm not seeing. And like, that's legitimately who I am. Like, I'm a good person. And you know deep down inside that you are. You know, like, everyone knows, I think, deep down inside that they're a good person. But we all kind of want that pat on the back. But a pat on the back's not good enough unless that pat on the back is coming from yourself. That's deep. A pat on the back is not good enough unless that pat on the back is coming from yourself. And look, this is where sobriety has brought me. Questioning everything, being aware of my consciousness in a way that I am so fascinated by. The questions I ask ChatGPT are just, they're so, maybe I'll share them sometime. I am so fascinated by consciousness now, how conscious we are, the difference in consciousness between us and animals, and if there's like another consciousness, and I don't mean like God or anything, I just mean like the same way a cat doesn't know that we're exploring space, what don't we know? You know what I mean? Like, that's how deep this is going, and it's fascinating. It's fascinating, and it's stuff I really never thought about when I was drinking. All I thought about when I was drinking was the next drink or living for the weekend, and just repeat. And I'll leave you with this. I remember I was at a table, and there was 3 of us. There was a 42-year-old, there was me at 30, and there was a 20-year-old. And I felt like this is it, like decade. And this 20-year-old, lovely dude, had come over, and he was having the same conversation that I had a million times, okay? A million times through my 20s, but for the first time, okay? So he doesn't know that I'm realizing this. And then I'm looking at the 40-year-old, and I'm thinking, you must be thinking what I'm thinking, yet you've decided to continue to spend your life meeting more, because like, you know, in another 10 years, another 20-year-old comes along, this guy's 30, I'm 40, he's 50, there's another, and it just repeats. And it really broke the kind of like, I can't do this anymore. Like, if I get one life, so let's just say that we do, okay? Even if you're out there and you believe in God, let's just assume for a second that you get one life, okay? And that life is 75 years. So whatever age you are now, subtract that. That's how long you have left. Do you really want to continue to just drink on a Saturday night? And maybe your answer is yes. Maybe it's like, yeah, dude, that's what I want to do. That's cool. But might there be more, not only to life, but to yourself? Like, wouldn't it be the most beautiful thing to learn about who you are? Because that's deep, man. Who you are. I think if you don't learn about who you are, what are you doing, you know? Anyway, that's my 26 months. Right now I am learning to love myself. Any little small thing that I have to change where I'm being negative, not saying it out loud, positivity. And if you're here and it's your first day being sober, or it's your 50th day, or your 5 years, the best advice I can give you is this: love yourself like you loved someone else. And 2, just own today, because tomorrow is a relative term. It is never coming. Don't think about, oh, will I be here in 5 years? Will I be here in 5 weeks? Just today. Look, this isn't a beer or anything. This is a Club Orange. But look, I'm not going to drink it. I'm owning this today. I'm not going to drink it. And something I did that was actually quite weird. I'll leave you with this and I'm done. It's quite weird is, when I quit drinking, I bought 1 can of, we'll just say Heineken, but it was actually Estrella de Galicia, and a packet of cigarettes, because I used to smoke. And I still have them in my room to this day, because anytime I got the feeling, I'd just go and I'd face it like this, and I go, nah, I'm not going to have you. And the packet of cigarettes as well, I have the packet of cigarettes. I go, you want a cigarette? Nah. But just knowing they were there was easier to stop the craving than, oh my God, I have to go to the shop and get it. Anyway, have a fantastic day. Believe in yourself. You got this. And dude, Happy New Year. This year is your year.